On an absolutely perfect late autumn night, no better place to be than Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. Quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Hey, check that. Three.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. Fighting through it, he's got space. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They go play action here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And it's intercepted. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So this is something we didn't see it all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
He's going to let it go again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Out of the gun now on third down. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice touchdown! Jalen Waddle from 19 yards away. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Let's go
8
now.
yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Press, press. Moving like thieves.
They'll set up a throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. They'll look to throw here. Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
On play action, they'll throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. In the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, It does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Dolphins at 8-4 now in the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think...
And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 21 yards away. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It'll buy some time right. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins! Jalen Waddle on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Back to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. A.J. Epinesa in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. DK Metcalf from 19 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 11. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you, and that time they were on guard. Incomplete.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll go option on second down, right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will do it for this first half. So the 2 teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I see you reaching for a white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hands it off out of the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. James. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know. If you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And now here's another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. T.J. Hockenson from 10 yards out. And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. James. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And it's taken in at the 9. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now they'll throw here. Out of the nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On the ground, it's James. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 20. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Big run here in the fourth as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, "Head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game."
And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Dolphins, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Young wasting no time, right to the air. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Off the play fake, Young. They'll roll him out right. That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Panthers at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This is Chenault on the receiving end. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So stop from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Sanders fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Young will set to throw. Being chased out left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this one is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now here's Young. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. K.J. Osborne deep for Minnesota. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the 8th.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And some room to work.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on it.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Buying time to his left. Johnson's got it complete. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yards.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up 3rd down. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Murray going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and his guys will take over. 3-yard line.
Here we go. Set.
Young now after the fumble recovery. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ready.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Murray now on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Rolling to his right. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. Here's Murray from midfield. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. It's Young on 1st down. Connection made with Chenault. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 1:57 to go in this 1st half on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Young. On the slant, this is Chark. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Young. And this is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing, Young. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So fourth down coming up. John Harbaugh will send on the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. To the football, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember.
I have to believe that if you're the team trying to block a field goal, you don't mind this weather. All right, the rain probably is going to help you because so many things can go wrong for the guys trying to kick the ball. It's as simple as maybe you just lose your footing. You kind of spin out like a tire in the snow, not getting traction, and you create a space and someone comes through.
And I think for everybody, snapper, holder, kicker, everything slows down maybe a fraction of a second. And a fraction of a second and a field goal try, that can be all the different.
I love how you described that. Everything slows down, but it's a deliberate slowdown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because everyone's trying to be more careful and more deliberate to make sure it's executed.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Murray now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense cooking to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Murray. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Final play of the half, Young. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Right back to Dobbins on first. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
This will be taken at the 10. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Running right. Here's Sanders. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. He'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Young on 3rd down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, the return is Osborne. A great return there of 22 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, blitz coming, and down he goes. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Murray. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Murray to air it out again. And that will be incomplete.
Might be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Young off the play fake. That's swung out wide to Sanders. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. An option handoff given to Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Hey, go steal.
Another run with Sanders. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, Young from the gun. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Carolina. Hayden Hurst, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as these guys are able to extend their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Young. He's got Hurst as tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Young. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with...
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Shotgun now for Murray. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. From the gun, Murray. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Sanders. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Carolina. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. Delivers the pass to Rager on the out route. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. To throw is Murray. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. Throwing again, Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 165 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The Sanders has got it complete. And some room to run now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Ready.
On on the counter now. It's Sanders. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the ball.
Oh, Young loses it. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Once again with Sanders. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Looking to throw, Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. He returns the kick 88 yards to the house. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now down to 20. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Young's going to throw it here. They're trying to find Shark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need